Hopefully you can see this beautiful view behind us. We are in a beautiful part of Oregon. This is one of the things that we love most about RVing full-time, that we get to experience beautiful places like this. However, no matter where we are, we always have to trust in the fact that we can get our mail no matter what.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi, I'm Dina, and we are Rivers to Ridges RV.
And of course it's starting to rain now as we're doing this video, but it's still a beautiful
Just started raining.
Still a beautiful part of Oregon. When we first started looking into RVing full time, one of our big questions was, how do we get our mail on the road? And since we plan on selling our home in South Florida, how do we set up a new residency or a new domicile? And these are some of the things we want to go through in this video. Some of the options you have available to you. Whether you plan on going on a 2-week family vacation this summer, you still have to do something with your mail, or you may want to get your mail sent to you. Or if you plan on traveling all summer long, going to multiple places, how do you get your mail? And especially if you're traveling full-time, you're
Definitely.
a full-time RVer, you have to set up a permanent way to get your mail as you're traveling on the road.
We hope our video helps you decide what option fits your needs best. Also, be sure to stay with us so you can see what option we chose for ourselves.
Even though this video is all about mail forwarding services or virtual mailboxes, I do want to go over some of the other options you may have available to you, just depending on your type of traveling. So the first option is a friend or a neighbor collecting your mail for you. And this is a very, very good option if you're going for a week, a couple weeks on a family vacation, something like that. It's not worth the time going through the post office or trying to set up a virtual mailbox. Have a neighbor or a close relative that you trust collect the mail for you. When you come back from 2 weeks, all your mail is there and ready to go. Nothing got forwarded, everything's good to go. And if you had to, in an emergency, you could actually have your neighbor, whoever's collecting the mail for you, just send you the mail to wherever you're at. So it's very simple and a free option available to you. Now another option is, let's just take the RVer who goes, let's say, to South Florida for the winter. You gotta spend 3 months in South Florida. You can have your mail forwarded to your location. This is very easy. You set up, you talk to the post office, you give them your new address, and you tell them you want it forwarded to that address between certain dates. Now a couple things to be aware of is you do want to make sure the current address that you're at or where you want your mail shipped to allows mail to be shipped there, allows packages to be shipped there as well. So double check your location first before you start having your mail forwarded there. Another option is something called general delivery. Now this is something the post office did years ago before a lot of people actually had mailboxes. They used to actually go to the post office to get their mail, but it's still a service they provide. In general delivery, it's really good for, say, a part-time RVer. Say you're going to be traveling for 5, 6 months, 7 months at a time. You still have a permanent address back home. What general delivery does is allows you to address packages or mail in a certain way, generally with your name and general delivery written on it, and that package or mail can be shipped to another post office. So if you're going to be let's say out in California and you're in a small town, you find out the main branch post office, the main post office branch, and you just have the address shipped to that main post office out in California, and now you have your mail. Now the next time you move, you go, let's say you go north, now you're in Oregon, you can do the same thing. You get some packages or some mail, you do general delivery and have it shipped to the main branch in Oregon, whatever town you're in. Now again, something to remember, this isn't 100% guaranteed. Some post offices won't accept general delivery. And again, you usually want to go to the main branch of a town. The biggest one is your best bet. And I have heard of people with some problems, especially if you're dealing with a UPS or a FedEx and trying to go through general delivery. Sometimes there are some issues with that. So again, general delivery is an option if you're traveling around a little bit but not quite full time. Again, there are issues with it, so just be aware and check before you try it. Now, as a full-time RVer, you're gonna want something a little bit more reliable than that or any of those other options. And that's where a virtual mailbox come in, or a mail forwarding service. Now, what exactly is that? So what this is, it's just a service you're paying for. And what happens is they give you an address. You'll be assigned basically an address. Now in our particular case, since we don't have a home anymore, this is our only address we have. So this is our legal domicile, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. But it's just an address. So you tell all your friends, you tell your bank accounts, insurance, anything like that. Now you have an address you can use. Again, we sold our home, so we didn't have anything. So this is now our new permanent address. Now this can be used, it's legal, it's not a P.O. box. A lot of places won't ship to a P.O. box. I don't think FedEx or UPS will ship to a P.O. box. So this is a legal street address. And what's nice about it is banks will accept it. There may be some oddball ones or some, outliers that don't, but in generally speaking, banks will accept it. Insurance accepts it. We use ours for car registration, voter ID, all that. Again, it's a legal address. And the way these work is we have all our mail sent to this mail forwarding service, and we can go online and we can check and we'll see, okay, we got enough mail, let's go ahead and have them ship it to wherever we're currently at right now. Our service also provides scanning, so if we see something that's kind of important, we can have them scan it first and see what it's all about, and then either decide to have it shredded or go ahead and send it to us. So these are some of the features of some mail forwarding services, and we'll go through some popular mail forwarding services in just a minute and kind of explain the benefits of each and who may want to use those as well. Before we go on though, if you like these kind of videos, you think this stuff is helpful, please hit the like button and also subscribe. It helps our videos get out to other people, so hopefully we can help some others as well. Now let's talk a little bit about a domicile. Now a domicile is different from an address or a residency, and what I mean by that is you can have multiple homes, right? You can have multiple home addresses, but you can only have one domicile. And this gets a little tricky. This is where I'm not a lawyer. I'm going to kind of talk at an extremely high level. I did read a very good article on domiciles. I'll put a link below, and it's definitely worth reading if you're thinking about doing something like that, especially if you're changing states. But again, a domicile is really, it gets into legalities. It's your official address. And where this can get tricky is if you have wills or you have medical insurance. If you're changing states, you're changing from, let's say, California to Florida, you can get tricky. If you have some medical insurance in California, maybe it's not accepted anymore in Florida. You have maybe power of attorneys. If you have estates in question, things like that, it can get very, very tricky. So if you are changing states for a domicile, then it's probably worth looking into a lawyer, or at least getting some legal advice. Now what most full-time RVers do is they select a mail forwarding service in one of three states, either Florida, Texas, or South Dakota. And the reason for that is those three states don't have state tax or sales state tax. So that's the main reason why people will choose from those three states. But like I just said a minute ago, if you're really considering this, make sure you think of everything. There's also medical insurance, car insurance, other legal reasons as well. So just make sure you consider everything before you set up a mail forwarding service in a particular state. So those are some of the options you have. Again, you have a friend or a neighbor who could take your mail for you. You could have your mail forwarded from the postal service. You could use general delivery. Then you can also use the mail forwarding service. Now the mail forwarding services, again, there's three main states, Texas, Florida, and South Dakota. There's a lot of services out there. There's like 5 or 6 kind of the more popular ones. They're not going to be for everybody, but that's what I want to go through right now. We're going to go through some of the mail forwarding services and let you know kind of the benefits and maybe the fallbacks of each of them, and see if any of those would be a good fit for you. The first mail forwarding service I want to talk about is Escapees. This is a great option if you're currently an Escapees member or you think you want to become an Escapees member. It's one of their benefits. If you don't know anything about Escapees, it's one of the largest RV clubs in America. They've been around since 1978, and their mail forwarding service has been around since 1985. They do offer 3 plans. They call them categories: Category A, Category B, and Category C. Category A is the cheapest plan. It starts at $95 a year, and basically this plan, what it covers is they'll forward all your mail to you. Now what this means though is they're going to forward junk mail to you as well. So you're going to actually be paying postage for them to send junk mail to you. Now their next option is Category B, and this allows some options. You can say, I want certain mail sent to me, but I don't want junk mail sent to me, or I want certain types of mail sent to me. So it does cost a little bit more. It's $115 a year, but it does save on postage, so you're not paying to have junk mail sent to you. Now their top category, their most expensive category, is Category C. This is $135 a year, and this is really custom sorting. So not only can you pick the types of mail you want sent to you, you can also subdivide that into a smaller section. So you could say, yes, I want catalogs sent to me, but only from a certain vendor, or yes, I want certain magazines sent to me. So it is a little bit more expensive a year, but you will be saving on postage as well. So that's Escapees. It's a great option if you're an Escapees member or you're going to become an Escapees member. The next mail forwarding service I want to talk about is USA to Me. This is a great option for a lot of packages and letters. It's a family-owned business. It started in 2004 out of Houston, Texas. Now, one thing I really like about this option is they have a free plan as well. So if this is something you're thinking about starting a mail or using a mail service, forwarding service, they have a monthly plan that's free. You only pay for what you use. So this is a great option to give it a try. Now they do also offer 4 total plans. Again, they have a basic plan. This is a free plan. You only pay for what you use. They have a standard plan that starts at $10 a month. They do have a setup fee of $15. And again, you get an address out of the United States. They get rid of junk mail for you. It's a great option for maybe somebody just starting out, or if you don't get a lot of mail as well. And they will store your mail for you for up to 45 days. Another plan they have is the premium plan. Now this is a monthly fee of $35 and a one-time setup fee of $15. Again, they'll get rid of junk mail for you. They manage all your mail online, and they'll hold your mail for up to 60 days. Then they also have the Ultimate plan. Now this is a monthly fee of $60 a month and a one-time setup fee of $15. This actually has their lowest shipping rate. So this is, if you do a lot of shipping, this might be something to think about. So again, USA to Me, the basic plan is free. It's a great way to maybe get into or try a mail forwarding service, all the way up to their Ultimate plan for $60 a month. This is great if you have a lot of packages and a lot of things being shipped to you. So USA to Me. The next mail forwarding service I want to talk about is Traveling Mailbox. And this is really good for virtual mail. What they do a lot is scan your mail. You can go and then look at the scans and decide what you want to do with the mail. You can either have them shredded or forward it to you as well. But it's virtual. They do a lot of scanning so you can see exactly what you have. And they do have 3 plans. They have a basic plan, an extended plan, and a small business plan. Usually for a full-time RVer, you're gonna probably go with a basic plan or maybe an extended plan if you have a lot of mail. The basic plan starts at $15 a month, and basically the way they do these is the basic plan allows you to have 40 incoming envelopes a month, 35 pages scanned, and even up to 3 mailbox recipients. The extended plan just kind of works off of that. That is $25 a month. Now you can have up to 100 envelopes a month and 80 pages scanned a month and up to 5 mailbox recipients. We don't get that kind of mail or that much mail at all, so if we were going to do something like this, we would probably go with the basic plan for $15 a month. Great option for virtual mail. The next mail forwarding service I want to talk about is Dakota Post. Now they'll give you an address in South Dakota. The other thing that's really nice with Dakota Post is they will help you with your domicile. If you're changing states and you need to register in a new state, they'll actually help you go through the process. So this is very nice, and a lot of RVers use Dakota Post. They do offer two separate plans. They offer a premium plan for $179 a year and a VIP plan for $249 a year. Now both these plans, they give you 24/7 access to your mail. You can set up a regular schedule for your mail to be forwarded. You can get images online for the front of your mail, so you know what kind of mail you have in your mailbox. And you can also look at your mail through their portal. Now the VIP plan also allows you to shred unwanted mail, so you're not paying for junk mail to be forwarded to you. And you can also request for it to be opened and scanned as well to see what's in the mail. So that's the VIP plan at $249 a year. Again, that's Dakota Post. The last service I want to talk about is MyRVmail. Now MyRVmail and Passport America, they kind of go hand in hand. You do get a discount with MyRVmail if you're a Passport America member, so it's definitely worth it to go ahead and get your Passport America membership and then sign up for MyRVmail. Now they do have two plans. They have a premium plan and a business plan. Most RVers are going to go with the premium plan. It is $22 a month, or roughly $224 a year. The business plan is $39, almost $40 a month, or close to $400 a year. Again, I think for most people, they're not going to need the business plan, even though it does give you some toll-free numbers and some call forwarding, and you can receive faxes. The other nice thing with MyRVmail is they will help you set up a domicile in Florida as well. So they'll help you go through the steps and the paperwork to set up a Florida domicile. So again, that's MyRVmail. Now that you've seen some of the options that are out there, we ended up going with MyRVmailbox. A couple of reasons. We already had a Florida address. They're based out of Florida, and the other thing I liked about them was they're kind of out in the panhandle of Florida, so auto insurance is a little bit cheaper. So for us, it worked out perfectly well for us. It's not going to be for everybody. If you had a current address in Texas, you may want to go with something out in Texas. But if you think you may want to go with MyRVmailbox, we'll put a link below to their website if you want to look at them and maybe possibly sign up. Remember, always live life to the fullest.